Viña del Mar attracts tourists with its beaches, while Valparaiso attracts artists with its very open and active cultural scene. With its bohemian atmosphere, Valparaiso has inspired poets, artists, and authors, like the Chilean laureate of the Nobel Prize in Literature, Pablo Neruda. This city is the country's artistic capital, and its colorful buildings and many art galleries show it well.
You have certain areas here where you'll see a writer from Italy, next to a writer from Spain, next to a writer from France, then a guy from the States, then one from Australia, and then a Chilean, you know? So you now became a place where all these people wanted to be. They came from that far away just to paint in Valparaiso. Out of all the graffiti capitals like Sao Paulo, Buenos Aires, Valparaiso is the one where you don't have to walk too far to get to graffitied areas.
How does it work? Because all these walls are private properties. Do the artists actually ask for permission?
Yeah, let's say a house, you know, that has writings all over it. You would come up with your paint, you know, your own paint, and say, listen, I'm interested in painting here, this facade. You know, and they say, well, if it's gonna look nice, go ahead. And people will go ahead and do this. You know, if the police come by, they just knock on the door and the people will say, no, it's okay, they're painting with permission.
Initially, the artists came here because it was small, cheap, there was a big liberty of expression.
Yeah, I mean, renting an apartment in Valparaiso 10 years ago was relatively inexpensive. But then eventually, I think the graffiti stays here because of the background of its colorful and kind of crazy streets. You know, it just kind of played along with.
¿Fuiste aquí en qué año?
Llegué en el 2012, en el año 2012.
¿Y por qué aquí?
Me dedico a pintar murales, al street art y a la ilustración también. Y sabía que Valparaíso tenía una fuerza en ese sentido, como que es una ciudad a nivel mundial de las más importantes que hay. Ahora mismo Valparaíso están pasando muchas cosas. A nivel creativo tiene una creatividad especial, pero no solo en el mundo del street art, sino tú puedes ir a cualquier casa de Valparaíso y va a tener un toque especial. Es una ciudad mágica.
Je me promène avec une canette de peinture. Il y a comme une petite excitation dans l'air. Sauf, maybe that's my, like...
So, 4 letters, which is ideal for graffiti. Drippy.
Dripping.
Graffiti or street art starts in 1967 when Pablo Neruda was running for president of the UP, which is a part of the Communist Party. And he said, instead of you writing my name, Neruda, all over the wall, paint something that represents the working classes, the people, you know. They started painting it. And they created a style over the years, over the course of the next 5 years. A style was born called BRP, Brigada Ramona Parra. And that style emerged, and it was painted everywhere. It's always like a miner or a fisherman and people who are working in the agriculture, and they're always with their fist up, so it's very political in that sense. After 73, if you were caught doing this, you could get shot or disappear, you know? And your family would never hear from you again. So it became something like the real vandals, the real graffiti, I guess, is born from that. The fact that they were still painting, they didn't stop. And then when people realized in Chile, but hey, that's not so ugly. Why don't you do it in the wall of my house? In other cities, graffiti is meant to, I don't know, protest or destroy or make the city aware that there's something wrong, you know? Here it was kind of like people really enjoy it.
Ah.
Here they're decorating our office, their first decoration.
Nice. Hola. Bien.
Cynthia.
Cynthia. So they do this on a regular basis.
Ustedes pintan regularmente.
Pintamos todos los días.
Todo el día.
Todos los días.
Todos los días.
Sí.
Qué bien. ¿Y es una pasión?
Es nuestra
bueno,
pasión.
por pasión y por trabajo.
Y por trabajo. Porque eso es
Cuando no es por trabajo, es por pasión, por nuestra pasión.
¿Y es fácil de hacerlo aquí?
Es difícil poder llegar a poder vivir de esto, pero hacerlo no es difícil, pero lo difícil es llegar a un nivel de poder vivir.
I think more artists pass through here than actually live here, you know? Because, like I said, Valparaiso right now is considered the place where it's the hardest to find a job. Some of the best talent I've seen here is now living in Santiago because of work and, you know, a lot more opportunity. The city has always been colorful, you know? So the color plus the graffiti plus all the history that it has from the importance it had in the 1800s makes it what it is today.
Color and culture. That's what has allowed this city, also called the Jewel of the Pacific, to rise again. During Valparaiso's heyday, immigrants systematically settled here in Cerro Alegre and Cerro Concepcion.